Coach, thank you. We are over 4,000 miles away from where you're seated in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England, and Wembley Stadium. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
What is that? 19. Check Mike. 54. 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Nice hit, baby.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
54.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to
Watson on third down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it, and the Jags grab it, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Right there.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Twist, watch the twist. 26, check 26. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist. He's crashing. He's checking, Crash, check.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
59's Mike, check. 54. 3 buzz. Check.
After the run, Watson going to throw. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
And the Texans.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
First down, the run with Lynch. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the whip. Check 9. Check 13. Check 52. Check. Line up. Fresno. Line up, go.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
I mean, you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Get it.
They go with Leonard Fournette, 3rd-year back from LSU. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
At the 22-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's a party now.
On 2nd down, Minshew. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, oh, that's the dream. I had to ping that player. I just never was.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. He goes 91 yards on the kick return. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Check 99.
The tackle made by Miles Jack.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Texans 7.
Mike set. 18. Mike 54. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. Mike 54. Short.
Throwing again on second down. Watson flushed him, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Josh Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And it's knocked away and incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. A very good return that time. 18 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 stop. Pick it up. Pick it up. Now.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
So I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Come on,
after the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Shift. Pilot, 64, weak. Go.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
That's good for the Jaguars. First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Got it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Big stop, let's go. Ready.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
We go.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
I don't think you got it, son. 55. Mike's 59.
Now it's Watson.
Watch the slant.
Steps away to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
All day, dog.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He gets it to Cooks. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert on their own side of the field. Close to the 50, but their own side of the field. They only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it. When it's in this situation, it's really man-on-man, isn't it? Who's going to win the battle? And right there, we saw it. At the point of attack, find enough yardage to pick up a 1st down. Give him credit for that one.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
SOS, SOS, SOS. SOS, SOS, SOS.
On 2nd down, Johnson. Johnson on, it's poked free. Football's out. And the Jags grab it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Shift, shift.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7.
Last stop. Last stop.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Let them know, let them know.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. So that'll back him up 5. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Go, 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 run!
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just 24. It's just me and you.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hard. You better be ready. Don't be scared.
Go. Shit.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use them a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Again, it's Fournette. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
You got 3 down.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And he completes it to Westbrook. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
They don't want it, fellas.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's get it.
Set, 8, read.
Check 41. Hey, here we go. Out.
Get ready.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Minshew looking deep for Adams. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
3 down. Watch the twist. Slam.
Line up.
Kill.
Run. The leg. Get there.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Check 31. Watch twist. Hey, alert 3. Check. Deuce.
And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
20.
Kill.
8.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory.
Let's go.
A big third down play there for the Jags. 47 yards.
Jaguars, first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They run with Hines. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
What's that? 180.
21's the mic. Coming.
I get it.
On 2nd and 9, Newton being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Set. 180.
Right here, 41 mic. Woo-hoo!
Throwing on third down, Newton. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Touchdown,
Devontae Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambeau on for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In 2018, Deshaun Watson had 5 fourth-quarter comebacks. Only Drew Brees of the Saints had more with 6.
Here we go. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 30 big ones. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Back, back, back. Check safety, check safety. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
19. 56. Hey, let's get the 55. Get that ball.
From the 44, Watson going deep here for Stills. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Watch the slats. Watch the slat.
Check, 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 check.
To the air yet again, Watson. Forced out to his left. It's complete to Fuller. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
59 Mike. Check, check. 59.
Here we go on fourth. Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Past the 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Stills the intended target.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you it's not very good.
Ready? 180.
4-1's Mike.
Hey, watch the lane.
Mike.
On first down, Hines. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
Ready?
Check, check, check 41. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Ready?
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game.
A 27-yard attempt.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much? And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Hey, that's all good, baby. Your shot. Hey, take your shot. Shot back to house.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
We got him. We got him.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike,
54. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
After the sack on first down, Watson, he's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They begin the drive with Hines. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Mike. 41 Mike. Bring it.
Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time.
They'll toss it to Fournette.
Let's get off the field.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Let's bring it.
Hey, watch Sam, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Jam him. Jam him.
From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm coming back.
Aaron Lynch in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Jags, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until Week 11. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.